What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Oblivion. So last time, I mentioned that I wanted to start the main quest this time. So what we're going to do is not start the main quest this time. I have a reason, though. I have a reason. Bear with me here. So I've been wearing this Crusader armor for a while, right? And I want to replace it with something better so that we can waltz into the main quest with something cooler, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to kit up. We're going to go through one more Oblivion Overhaul quest line this time, get some cool armor. At least I hope it's cool armor. I haven't actually seen it. Never done this one before. And then next time we will do the main quest. I promise. Ish. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here. This is going to be the Path of Iron quest, or a Path of Iron, or something involving paths in iron. It's near Brindleholm. Funnily enough, the guide said that it was near Blankenmarch, and after wandering around there for a long time, I can confirm that it is not around there. I read a little bit more carefully, and I found the NPC lives over here, and so here we are. I'm assuming this is it. Yes. There should be a claymore in the ground next to a grave. Why do I seek to wield the Path of Iron? To become powerful and worthy of ruling, to slay my foes, yeah. Okay. Arcane enchantments, some form of supernatural chains, binds the sword. I may be able to find out by inspecting Melis's home. Well. Melis's home. Yeah, it could be in here. I read that he's not going to talk to you if you talk to him, so it's not going to help. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like his wife that had died, and that's her grave. Kind of sad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that's probably what we need right there. Cool. So, holy cow. We're gonna take this with us for now. Confesses deep wounds, the death of his wife caused his spirit. Yep. He swore to never again raise his arm in anger or violence. They bound his weapon to the grave. He only hints at the possibility that we're to prove his dedication by once more deflating hordes of evil. Defeating, probably. Gods may lift their seals upon the sword. Not going to be so kind as to give us a quest marker, of course. Yeah. All right, well, I did my research beforehand, and therefore I know the armor itself is sort of spread out between a few locations. And forgive the pace that I'm going at here. I'm trying to get through this relatively quickly, so that this doesn't end up being like 2 parts, because I really, really do want to do the main quest next time. So I think the first area we're looking for is over here. There should be an area called some Lipson Tarn, something along those lines. And I think it's up here. And Lipson Tarn should, in theory, be populated by vampires. So you know what that means. And what that means is that peace was never an option. Uh-huh, nice try. Oh, slightly better try, but still not great. Hello, it's your worst nightmare. I'll end you. Oh gosh, everything is so bright. There we go. Oh, hello. See, now it's not bright enough. This is the struggle. Pretty sure I just killed that guy by reflection, but that's fine. I've also now learned that if I kill vampires by reflection, it still counts for Light of Dawn's kill total. Oh. There you are. We're on Gauntlets. I think I have those already, but we'll take them. If for whatever reason... Oh, that's not fair. If for whatever reason this whole new set of armor thing doesn't work out, then I might need to come up with some other options. I had mentioned at the end of the last episode that maybe I would enchant some stuff. However, anything that I enchant is not going to be quite as good as something that I... Should be a thing here, right? Something that I end up making. Or not making, but finding. Unique armor. Oh, here we go. I'm like, surely I'm missing something here. Hello, hello! Welcome to your doom. Yeah, pretty sure I have those already. I was a little bit bummed because I'm not even going to do those because I want to wrap this up quickly. Hello? Sure. I had like dropped off some blood leather somewhere because I was out of space, and then come to realize I didn't actually have that, so thank you. I left it. Not that, again, I would ever wear blood leather at this point, but still. Just for the collection, you know? Yeah, I do want to see what was in the chest. This is probably going to end up being a fairly long episode, unless I do some really serious editing. But I think a long episode is fine every once in a while, right? One more, yeah. Alright. You know, what I would like to actually do, though, is, regardless of whether this armor ends up being good or not, I kind of want to enchant a new... shield. I kind of want to enchant a new helmet with Night Eye, because as great as the Fin Gleam has been, that Detect Life effect is really annoying when I'm trying to talk to somebody. But unfortunately I need it, because otherwise the YouTube compression makes everything look way too dark, as I've mentioned before. Sneaky, sneaky. We'll just leave those. We're friends. See previous episodes for when I did the Shadows and the Struggle of Power quest. That's why the woodland creatures and we get along just fine. It is funny, though, that one spawned in here, and I'm friendly with him, but not with his companions. Okay, that's a lot of them. Let's go back to our old tricks here. So I've definitely noticed that the enemies are a little bit stronger, but not to a ridiculous degree. Nobody? Alright, fine. We'll do it this way. I know that, like, the thing about the monks, the monk class, is that they have, like, high levels of hand-to-hand, but it's really funny when I'm, like, completely kitted out and this guy is just coming up and trying to punch me in the face. Now, if I recall correctly, I want to say that we needed to kill like 200 vampires or something in order to purify the light of dawn, which is a lot, but well, we're making some progress to that. Worst case scenario, I just let this place respawn a few times and come back through here. There does seem to be pretty decent loot so far. Ooh. That glass armor. I think that's glass armor. Unfinished glass armor, but glass armor nonetheless. There's so many just weird colors and particle effects on the screen right now. Look at him, he's so disappointed with his performance. I am coming for you. Hello. Well, that was a good try. Glass Greaves, Glass Curious. All right. I know that we're on a time crunch here, but all right, hold on. Look, I just... Uh-oh, you're backed into a corner. Okay, so, I know we're on somewhat of a time crunch here. I want to see, is there a difference in glass and unfinished glass as far as the actual armor? Oh, there is. Interesting. I thought there might be not a difference between them. Okay. In that case, I shall keep both. And I never noticed looking, I remember there was like unfinished orcish armor and unfinished something else armor. I wonder if they all are slightly different like that. It's kind of a nice touch. Okay, there's a place down there. There was another chest back here, right? Well, I'm not going that way anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. And my understanding is that I will find this piece of armor that I need somewhere. There were enemies that way, but let's try this way. Once again, not going to bother with those. Just don't have time. Okay, this looks promising. I was hoping it might do the thing where, like, if I'm still a certain distance away, yeah, it still does the sneak damage. Okay. This is fine. Totally fine. Okay, yep. Yep, we got some dangerous fellas here. I'm thinking strong potion and 2 of these homemade ones. Yep, I'll take that. Those are a little bit too heavy for their worth. Interesting, all these died when I killed the main one, huh? Oh, hello. Will not budge, somehow bound to his resting place by some form of magic. I suspect the answer lies elsewhere. I don't think the guide mentioned anything about this. Hey, there's still some good loot in here. Well, I would have thought that killing this dude might have been the way to do it. Okay. In that case, let's continue exploring. Maybe there's something else that we need to do in here. What does my quest log say? We're to prove his dedication by once more defeating hordes of evil. I mean, that sure looked like a horde of evil, right? Am I wrong? Alright, well, we'll continue on this path then. Maybe the hordes of evil are this way. It is I, your worst nightmare. Oh, hold on. As I was saying, it is I, your worst nightmare. Why did I take those? I didn't need those. To arms! Up to 24 already. Alright, I know you can't fit through that door. Yeah, pretty strong. Not sure stabbing with the giant warhammer was the best bet there. You look like a named NPC. Am I right? Yeah, I am. Maybe you are the hordes of evil. Gotta say, much less threatening than the previous named NPC that I fought. Hey. Hey. Eh. Uh-oh. Gown of Power. That's a unique. Holy cow. Alright. Take that. Something down here, perhaps, that I need? Oh. A hood to go with it? What was it called? I wasn't paying attention. There it is. Intelligence, willpower, and magicka. Yeah. Pretty good. You are a spellcaster, which I'm not. I am head of the Mages Guild, though, so that counts for something. Ooh. 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 And once again, ooh. So, we are now incredibly overweight. Here we go. See, this is what I didn't do. I need to serve the 9 and vanquish evil, I think. No. Actually, I need to avenge them. Actually, what I need to do is to mold my soul against the anvil of love. Ah, there we go. See, I'm worthy of the task, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now we can go back to the thing. See, I should have done that before, but I just didn't think of it because, well, because. By the way, I think we actually just found a thing that I wanted. Night Helmet. It is only Night Eye. So we're going to go ahead and hotkey this to position number 8. And now we shouldn't have to worry about that pesky Detect Life thing. Look at this. Upgrades all around. Let's not die to that while I'm going through here. Okay, back to get the armor, right? Right. Alright, the suspense is killing me. Ah. What's that sound? Alright, let's see what it looks like. Please don't look terrible. Oh, it looks cool! Yes! Yes! Alright. I'm excited. Does it have any magic effects? No. I bet that once we get the full set, it will all become enchanted. Let's see, this is 9 though, and this is 12. Okay. We're in business, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's go retrieve the rest. Alright, so stop number 2 on our little journey. Lost Boy Cavern. This is a weird spot. There's a quest line here. Talks about a lich and some necromancy and whatnot, so should be necromancers in here. I'm going to continue, just run through here as quickly as possible. We don't have time to take the stealthy approach. But if I remember correctly, this quest is actually not a journal quest. You don't look like a necromancer. Oh. Yeah. So... there we go. That looks a little bit more necromantic. And these ones appear to not be quite as powerful. Okay. I'm definitely not answering my phone in the middle of recording because that would be unprofessional. So, yeah. We don't do that here. You know that. Okay. Gotta say, these enemies are a little bit less impressive than previous ones. Okay. Speed things along. Notice that. There are not a lot of areas in Oblivion that are like that, where it's just like a void that you can fall into. Kind of weird. But anyways, what I was mentioning was that there is sort of a non-journal quest in this area. You know what? I'm curious. I haven't jumped down that before. I want to do it. I want to see what happens. Don't you? Anyways, what I was saying before I got distracted repeatedly. You can get the backstory by taking these little notes. And I don't think I'm actually going to be able to resolve the quest yet, because I think you have to be level 23, and I am only level 20. Alright. Oh. Enemies nearby. You. How we have advanced since the days of not being able to kill those guys. Those guys are definitely the gatekeepers of this mod. Come on, I just want to jump down and kill myself, guys. Come on. Why are there still enemies nearby? Ouch. Okay. I guess I forgot the other thing that I'm doing in here, which is looking for that armor piece, huh? Okay, but we got more important things to deal with right now. like jumping down to our deaths. Wait. Yeah, it wasn't as impressive as I thought it might have been. Oh well, now we know. I was hoping for a you have been taken by the chasm of the abyss, or whatever. La la la. Anything else? No? I got a schedule to keep here, so I need to find my way. Oh, you know what? I bet it's down. Mm-hmm. You know, all joking aside, I know we're focusing on the task at hand here. Definitely focusing. I definitely don't get distracted when I play this game. But I am actually excited to do the main quest, believe it or not, despite how I've been acting since, well, since the beginning of the series. But going into it with a shiny new set of equipment, I think should be pretty fun. I think. Hidden Bastion. Okay. I think we're getting warmer. Whoops. We got skeletons summoning skeletons. There's something that's just so wrong about that. Hello. Like skeletonception, you know? I'm not sure if that's a proper use of that joke. I haven't seen the movie. Heather Lich. Gross. Never understood why the liches sound like dogs. Oh. You're burning your friend. Whoa. Got a glass claymore. Interesting. Blah, blah. Manamarco. Yeah, well, I got some news about Manamarco, which you're probably not going to like. We sort of nipped that problem in the bud a few episodes ago. While in combat, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I already got something better. Did I grab the Nightshade already from the previous room or previous dungeon? I realized that I'm going to need Nightshade for a Daedric quest in the future. Not that it's super rare or hard to come by, but it's just one of those things that you're probably not going to have it when you need it, so might as well grab it now. Cool. Yeah, I think we are definitely going to go over time in this episode, but it's fine. I want to wrap everything up. Okay, that was a lot more of them than I thought. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and burn through a little bit of my potion supply here. Okay, I kind of need to do that anyway. I got so many potions just sitting in storage at home. Oh, that looks like the armor right there. A nice staff you got there. Okay. Chameleon robe. See, the staves generally speaking, I'm sure there are some exceptions, they're just too heavy for the amount of value that you get from them. Lost Boy's Key. We'll worry about that later. Like I said, I can't even do the quest now anyway. So... pretty sure I already have those. Is that a crumpled piece of paper that has a thing on it? Who knows? And intense warmth runs through the boots. Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright, our next location is Fingerbowl Cave. Right about here. Note that reading the journal will give you a little bit of an idea of where these things are. And the enemies we got in here. Probably necromancers, I would venture to guess. Actually, you know what? I think I leveled my sneak enough now that I can sneak with my boots on and it doesn't matter. Just remembered that. I'm just so used to taking them off, you know? I think it's level 50, right? Your boots no longer affect your sneak. Ouch. So far, there's nobody home. Oh, there's somebody home. Hello? You know, another thing about coming into the main quest so late, it is going to make it more difficult, especially when, like, for example, there are NPCs that I'm supposed to keep alive. But I think it's going to make it more exciting generally, because I'm going to get, like, well, without spoiling too much, in the first big quest that I do, instead of getting a bunch of scamps, I'm going to get some higher level Daedra, and it should make it a little bit more entertaining. In theory. Yeah, that looks like the right way, but we'll check this out first. Okay. You know, sooner or later, what I need to do as well is figure out where all these named NPCs are and go hunt them down one by one. Because that's where you tend to find the best stuff, it seems. Oh, are those not actually, like, leading me to a new area? No, I bet that just goes up then. One of those weird things about Elder Scrolls, since, of course, you cannot climb ladders. I think we found another area like that in the past. We got a Lich, we got a Spectral Warrior, Zombie, Skeleton. Bye. I just picked the Lich because he was like the easiest target. Didn't expect to one-shot him. Oh, hello. Got a nice little weapon there. Which just ended up somewhere. We'll take that for now. I'm probably going to have to drop it because it's going to get too heavy. But we'll take it for now. Where'd that other sword go? Did it go through the floor? Did it go flying off into the distance somewhere? No, whatever. I don't really need it. Is this not where the armor is? Sure looks like it would be where the armor is. One last look. Is it up here? No, I don't think it's in here. All right. I did like a quadruple take there. I kept thinking I was seeing something and then going, no. This way. Okay, so it turns out this cave is enormous. And I've tried the Noble Crypt. I've tried the Servant Crypt. But I think that the Lord Crypt is where it is most likely to be. This area is not only huge, in fact, but also quite confusing to navigate. Yeah, sneak attack for 1 times damage. Yeah, these guys are still pretty dangerous. Okay. Good to go. Decent loot in here, but not the best that I've seen. We've seen better in this episode, in fact. Wow, look at that. Well, those are going to be too heavy, so hello. All right, gauntlets acquired. What is this? Horns Blockade. Or torn. What does that do? Nothing. Look cool, I guess. Maybe it's part of a quest that I am not remembering. Okay, we got a schedule to keep. Let us move on to... Oh, but I kind of want to explore the rest, though. Alright, well, I'm going to do that, and if I find anything particularly notable, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll see you at the next location. So I told you that I would be back with you if anything notable happened. Well, technically something notable happened. 2 notable things, in fact. First one was almost immediately after I cut the recording and was like, hey, I'll be back with you if I find anything cool. I walked through a door and immediately died to a hidden trap, so that was fun. So I lost all that progress of getting all the loot and everything in that whole area. So, yeah, that was a bit of a bummer, but it doesn't really matter all that much, honestly. The second thing is that a moment ago, I went inside Gloomway Cave because I knew my cave was over here, and ran around in there for a while, not realizing that I was in fact not inside Shattered Scales. So, wasted some more time there. And all in all, it's actually going to be fairly impressive when I cut this episode down because I have wasted a lot of time. This one is just like woodland creatures and whatnot, so not too big a deal in here. Although the Shadow Wolf meat is nice because I can combine it with Cairn Bolette and make healing potions. But I'm not going to spend a great deal of time getting every single cap here. Just some of them. Alright, this way. Don't actually know if the Bog Ogres are different in any way. Or just, I mean, they're colored differently, of course, but don't know if there's any other difference between them. They just look a little bit more like they want me to get out of their swamp, frankly. And therefore it is a little bit of a shame that I have to kill him. But if they left me alone, I would leave them alone, you know? Also got some food in here I can use to make some other potions. Uh-huh. Of course, typically you're not going to find all that great of loot in these kind of caves. But with the easier enemies, it does mean we make it through a little bit more quickly. Which I'm fine with, because we still have a few more pieces to gather. Making progress through here, though. Looks like we might be going the right way. Look at me. This is my swamp now. You know, once again, I know we're pressed for time here, but doesn't that face look a lot like the Goombas from the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie? I think so. That incredible classic of cinema. Come on, guys, I got a schedule to keep here. Okay, yep. Mm-hmm. We're gonna just take some of these, I think. Got a little dangerous there for a second. You not fit through that door? Not exactly a door, but my point still stands. Wait, does that mean that he's just stuck in here and all his buddies have to like bring him food because he can't fit outside the door? But at the same time, he's like the biggest and baddest among them, so he's like their warlord. Or maybe he's not. Maybe he's just somebody's little brother. And wrist irons. Hello. Okay. All right, our next location, Fort Horan, which fortunately I already have on my map. What? Okay. You asked for it. I don't know what I just witnessed, but let's go inside. Looks like it could be vampires. Maybe. More than likely it's necromancers or ghosts or something, but might be able to pull out the light of dawn. Oh no, it's just woodland creatures, yeah. I should have expected that when they were the ones that were at the front, right? You know, the Minotaurs tend to be pretty deadly in terms of their attack power, but their animations make them very easy to dodge for the most part. Which means we should be able to make our way through here rather quickly. In fact, it would appear that one that had all the necromancers in it, and vampires rather, not necromancers, was going to be the most difficult of these dungeons. Although, we still have one more, so who knows? By the way, I did go back and unload all my equipment in between because we were already getting pretty heavy. What was that? Hall of Eternal Flame? Things about to get spicy in here? You know, the like Zoomer meme thing? Spicy! I'm totally a Zoomer, guys, I swear. Hello, fellow kids and whatnot. Hello. Yeah, they tend to be fairly easy to dodge unless you just don't and you stand there like a moron. I don't know anybody who would do that, though. I wonder if Minotaurs are just like the leveled enemy for when you're Real War Axe. No, I don't have that. Like, you know, when you're at a certain level, it's going to be Minotaurs in here, or if this is actually just like Minotaur City. Interesting. So the Oblivion Overhaul mod, we've seen a few of them already. Are you a raider or an adventurer? Are you the same guy from earlier? That would be awesome. Although there are no like pole arms, they actually added in some pole arms. Fancy. But they were added in as just long blades, or in this case, I guess, a blunt weapon, because it's an axe. And interesting. We're going to be a little bit more prudent here. You know, it looked like they were glowing because they were... Oh, they are more powerful versions, yep. What was that? He just, like, noped the heck out of there. That's our lord. What was it? Lord of Horan? I'll save you, friend. Yeah. I just want you to know, the armor is mine. Any traps here? It seems like it would be trapped. Ah. I think we only have one more piece left, right? All right, in our last location. So our last location is Bonn, which I already had on my map. So traveled right here. And based on who we saw at the entrance, I'm assuming it's also going to be woodland creatures and whatnot. That guy was clearly hacking, by the way. Like he... Oh, okay. He had walls or something. We got ghostly dogs again. What is it? While we're on the topic of Zoomer things, ghostly heckin' pupperinos. Oh, it hurts just saying that. Thank you, sir, for making it so I have to re-hotkey my weapon. What? Huh. Now, were I not interested in saving time, just do this. Idiots. But, once again, got a schedule to keep. I definitely used that when I was lower level. Quite the handy trick, and they will just, of course, stupidly run in a straight line. I say stupidly, but I was the guy that got killed by traps this episode, so... Ah. Urgh. See, I'm definitely suited more for a warrior than a thief or an assassin. Okay. Come on, we're so close I can taste it, except not, because that's gross. Huh. Starting to find grand soul gems fairly regularly, which is nice. This clearly isn't really that high level of a ruin. Oh, how far we've come. I just think that every single time that I sit there and cut down a group of those enemies. Okay. Hmm. We'll try this way. Yep, don't have time to grab those. Oh, hello. Dang guy's using no clip as soon as I turn my back. Oh well. Can't say I blame him too much. Alright, well it's gotta be in here then. Was actually a different guy, or were there three guys back there? Oh well. Good trap, guys. Very effective. Oh, we're getting close. Getting close. Oh, so bright. Can't really see. Yeah, maybe that'll show me the way. Well, you know, I knew that was going to do that. I've seen far too many spots that look like that. Guess we're jumping down. And just think, in theory, I'm going to be even more powerful as soon as we get this new armor. Even if the enchantments end up being garbage, I'm still going to use it. It's because it's time to mix things up, you know? And besides, somehow I doubt that the enchantments are going to end up being garbage. And even if they are, the enchantments on the Crusader armor that I'm wearing are actually not that fantastic. Aside from the one that's like resist normal weapons or whatever. On lata. You got a bond with a lot of stuff in it, you know? 1, 2, 3. 3. Alright, it could be down here. We already found one of those special weapons at the beginning. Otherwise, I would say there's likely one of those down here, although there might still be one of those down here. It is very possible. Da, da, da. You know, we're going to have to devote an entire episode to just going around and buying up all the real estate in Cyrodiil as well. Don't know if I have enough, because I remember that the Oblivion Overhaul mod makes all the houses really, really expensive. Not that it doesn't make sense, but yeah, anyways. What are you doing here? Oh, that's what you're doing here. Why is it always Greaves? I found like 3 pairs of... Hello! The last piece. So I should return to the grave. Oh, hello. It's a Reaver. Those are more dangerous. Yeah, I'm finding ebony armor, but it's always Greaves. Okay. Yep. This is fine. Yeah, even now, Spectral Reavers, quite nasty. You know, I guess if I wanted to, I could carry those gauntlets around with me and hotkey them. Found another pair of gauntlets a minute ago, well, a while ago, that did increased marksman as well. Oh, there you are. What was that? What is he doing? What? He's like Artorias. He's got a broken arm, and he's still coming at us with all he's got. This guy's actually left-handed, but his left arm is broken, see? It's deepest lore. Vati, email me, and I'll share some of it. Okay, that's the last piece. Let us go back, and let us get our reward. Alright, are you excited? Because I'm excited. Never done this before, but the armor itself, I mean, just from the looks of it, it looks cool. So let us hope that it is just as good as the looks would imply. That's the dude's house, so the grave is this way. You know, I'm curious too. The sword might be good too. I have finally earned my right to wield Path of Iron. The Nine smile upon me. I shall, as their Paladin Champion, which I sort of already was because I completed Knights of the Nine, but we don't worry about that, prove that their gift could not have found a more worthy vanquisher of evil. As I lifted the sword, felt a shiver through my spine. The Nine have released the previous champion, and their spirits are now free to journey together in the afterlife. Wait, wasn't that the dude over there that was alive? Is he dead now? My breath halts as I firmly hold the Claymore's handle. Magic surrounding it slowly fades away, and I feel the warmth of power. The blessed weapon is finally mine. All right, let's take a look. That is pretty stylish. Pretty stylish. So it's still not enchanted. I wonder if I equip this. Turn undead, disintegrate weapon, dispel, disintegrate armor. That would be obnoxious to fight. No, it's not enchanted, which means that if I want to, I can put my own enchantments on it. Holy cow, this weighs 0 and does 39 damage versus the 20... Hold on. Hold on. Hold the fort. Hold the front door. Hold the whatever. I mean, the enchantments are whatever. They're not, like, amazing, but that does 9 more damage than Fang. What's the swing speed on it? It's slow, of course. But, huh. I don't know. I still kind of like that, though. It's not that much slower. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, the quest resolved itself in my my book here. For some reason, I thought this armor was supposed to be enchanted. Interesting. Let's go see if this guy has anything else to say to us. Or if he's even here. He might have just died and disappeared. Yeah, that might be the case. Huh. Okay, well, enchanted or not, we got some pretty impressive armor now. If we compare Greaves 7 versus 5, chest piece is 12 versus 9, 4 versus 3. Yeah, we're doing all right here. All right, well, that is some rather fancy attire. That said, because I don't need to worry about the enchantments on it, I might still mix and match. So let me check out what shields I have, because remember, the shield effect still applies to you even when you are not actually wielding it. Interesting. Yeah, but we'll figure that out for next time. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this episode. A little bit of a scavenger hunt kind of thing. This armor is pretty sick. You know, in fact, I wonder if it might actually look good with the... it doesn't quite match. I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting on like a cloak or a cowl or something like that. But anyways, I'll figure that out before next time. Until next time, as I stated already, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And next time, finally, I promise, we will be doing the main quest with our brand new elite equipment. So look forward to that and us finally getting rolling on that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.